We got the skyscraper back here on the program. Stefan Struve is going to be taking on Marcos Rogerio de Lima at UFC on ESPN 3 on February 23rd. Stefan, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. Yeah, everything is going well. Can't complain. Having a good camp back home in Holland for the first time since a long time, and yeah, feeling good.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't seen you in a while. Your last fight was in July. Was this the right amount of time off for you?
Yeah, I had some things going on, and I just wanted to figure out why things weren't going the way I wanted them to go. With three losses in a row, and that's not what I'm used to yet. So took some time off, did some thinking, did some stuff outside of training to clear my head, and yeah, I feel good. So.
That's great. And you referenced the fight there, the fight against Marcin Tybura, which didn't go your way. What did you learn the most from that performance that you can bring into this fight?
You learn from every fight. He was just very very sharp with his takedowns. Made a couple mistakes why on which he was able to take me down. I think I should have fought more aggressive, in my opinion. The moments I did do that, I connected with some good shots. Yeah, no, he was just a better man that night. Simple.
Okay. And, you mentioned three straight losses, something you're not used to in your career. Were you worried at all that the UFC might part ways with you, because you lost three straight?
No, not really. I'm just very annoyed with the losses. It has never happened in my career that I lost three in a row. Got a ton of wins. Just very annoying. It started with the fight against Volkov. But that was fight of the night. At least that was a good fight. I got a good fight in, and then the two fights after that, I really feel that I didn't show what I'm capable of doing, and very frustrating. Left the cage with a bad taste in my mouth. It felt like I didn't leave it all in there, and there's definitely reasons why it didn't go my way in those three fights. Reasons, but no excuses. You know what I mean? Like those guys were better that night, and the only thing you can do is look at what went wrong, try to better that, and come back and win. So that's what we've been doing, and I'm in shape. I feel good. Got to get that win soon. So.
Yeah, and let's talk about the opponent here, Rogerio de Lima, 16-5-1 record. You definitely have a lot more experience than he does. How do you feel like you match up against him here?
He's a good fighter, man. He had some issues at light heavy, missed weight a couple times. Then he got caught by USADA, but that was overruled, I think. Then he came to heavyweight, had one fight. At first, I was supposed to fight someone else in Prague, but that fight got uh, didn't go through. And then they said he wanted to fight me. So I never say no to a fight. I'm easy going with that. If you want to fight me, let's do it.
Yeah, do you take that as a compliment, or does that kind of irk you that he's like he sort of called you out a little bit?
No, I kind of understand it. The way I look at it, he probably thinks that I'm a big name who gone through a hard stretch, and he thinks he can add to that. So I'm gonna have to show him otherwise. Um, I know, I got all the skills in the world to be in the top 10 of the UFC heavyweight division. I can give any fighter in that division a run for their money. So man, it's very annoying, very frustrating. But the beautiful thing is, when I do get that win, it's going to be even sweeter. After three losses, just be positive, and I feel good. It's good to be back in Holland, training with my old team and my old training partners. And yeah, I'm just excited, man. And nothing to take away from the team I train with in Florida, because you really get everything you could wish for as a fighter. But I was in Kazakhstan the end of December, um, and then I had to fly to Florida, somewhere like half halfway through January because I had to do some medicals in Holland. Then I would have to fly back halfway in February to Prague, so I'd have like three jet lags in a row, and along with all the traveling and all that, it just didn't make sense. I'm like, let's do camp in Holland this time. Prague is like an hour and 15 minutes from here, so that made a ton of sense for me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. It made more sense for you to train close to home just with the traveling time and everything. And I didn't realize it was actually that close to Holland. Prague is. So that's pretty nice. Are you actually going to get some people coming out to this one just because it is such a short distance?
Yeah, my close family's coming, and yeah, a bunch of people are traveling. Although the arena was sold out before my fight got announced, so I was able to shake UFC for some more tickets, but I didn't get a ton, unfortunately. But definitely people traveling, and yeah, it's gonna be good to fight close to home and just nice and easy. Like a 1 hour flight instead of like two full travel days along with jet lags, arriving, tired and trying to settle to the time difference and your sleep schedule and all that. It's like I was looking at that at the end of December, and I'm like, nah, dude, I just don't want to do it right now. I just want to get into training camp, and it's nice to be home as well, doing all the hard work, and then come home and just sit down and decompress. It's good.
And be in your own house and everything like that, right? It makes
All
such a
that stuff.
difference.
Yeah, no, it definitely adds to it helps with relaxing the mind for sure.
Speaking of relaxing, what are you using for recovery right now? I know that's something you and I always talk about. Obviously, as a fighter, you got to, make sure you keep those bumps and bruises to a minimum. What are you using right now?
I always keep it really simple. I'm using a couple things that I think a lot of people use, just magnesium, just a multivitamin, uh, glucosamine, and one of the things been using the last I want to say like year and a half is CBD, which is still a game changer for me. Just it helps not only with aches and pains, but just relaxing the mind. It's excellent for me, man. And not even only in training camps, outside of training camps. It's just a daily thing for me. It's part of my daily routine, and it's awesome, man. It's definitely something that will make your life a little better.
Do you have to take more because you're such a big guy?
Yeah, no, like I try to get around 80 milligrams a day, which is not crazy, but definitely more than people normally take, I think. But yeah, just it makes you feel good, helps you sleep. It's awesome, man. I love it.
Training partners. Who are some of the guys you get to work with for this camp?
I've been training a lot with Team Musasi. Gegard, unfortunately, is injured. He's got a back injury. He had to pull out of his fight, but he's got a good team over there with a bunch of big guys that I train with, and Gokran Saki is there right now too. So yeah, it's fun to train with him. It's fun to see him train, and it's cool to see him transition from kickboxing to MMA for sure.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. How do you see this fight playing out on the 23rd?
He's an aggressive striker. He likes to come forward. He likes to throw looping shots. So he's gonna try to pressure me and work from there. His last fight, he took his opponent down a bunch of times and kept top position and basically won the fight like that. Yeah, he's gonna try and pressure me, and I'm gonna have to keep my distance. And if he comes up the way he does with his guard up, and he comes forward in a real kickboxing or Muay Thai stance with his hands up, so that leaves the body open, which is interesting for me. And once I hurt the body, the hands will drop. So it's going to be exciting, man. I think his style meshes up nice with my style. It's going to be exciting to fight someone like that, and he's got I think 3 losses by submission in the UFC so far. So I definitely feel like I can make that 4. But hey, man, that's we'll see how it plays out. You never know.
I hate to use this word, but is this a must-win fight for you? Like, do you need to get the victory here? Because it's very rare you see the UFC keep someone around with 4 losses in a row.
Yeah, no, of course, man. Like, but it's like it's not for me to lose 3 in a row like that. And what I say, there's reasons. Those reasons aren't here right now. There's no reason why I shouldn't win this fight. It's simple as that. I need to win this fight. You cannot lose 4 in a row for sure. But to be honest with you, I'm not worried about that. all I'm worried about is performing the way I know I can. And if I fight my fight, then I know I'm gonna perform. And like I'm not stressed about losing 4 in a row. Like I just want to go in there and do what I do, and do what I do best.
I was going to ask you how many fights are actually left on your contract.
This is the last one, so
Okay. Well, so does that add a bit more? Because I mean, free agency. I'm sure there'd be other offers outside the UFC as well, just with your name, and you have a win over Stipe, which is always going to look good.
yeah, for sure. But you know what I say, it doesn't change anything. 4 losses in a row, the last fight on your contract. There's, you can think of so many other things that can happen, but the only thing that matters is winning. You know what I mean, and performing the way I can. It only adds pressure when you start thinking about that too much. But I haven't thought about it at all, to be honest. I've been working my butt off, feeling good, and there's just no reason why I shouldn't perform the way I can. So.
And safe to assume you want to re-sign with the UFC, or would you like to test the waters and see what else is out there?
I'm a UFC guy. I've been with them for 10 years. This is going to be the 11th year. I made my UFC debut February 21st, 2009, and this fight is going to be February 23rd, 2019. It's crazy, man. The time's gone so fast. It's crazy to think about that. But I feel like I'm definitely a UFC fighter. So I hope they come with a good offer after I win this fight. But at the same time, there is organizations coming up that are very exciting, that are doing good things, that have money behind them, and yeah, we'll see, man. Like I haven't really thought about it. There's definitely options, so we're gonna see what the offers are we're gonna get, and first and foremost, I need to win this fight. So.
And that fight's coming up here February 23rd is UFC on ESPN Plus 3. Stefan, always appreciate you taking the time, man. Especially, for those who don't know, we kind of did this at the last minute, so I appreciate you always joining me here, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs or thank yous or anything like that, man, the floor is yours.
Yeah, just follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Stefan Struve for updates. I'm gonna try and post a little more. I don't do that enough, but yeah, that's it, man.